Okay, hello guys, how are you doing today? Hello, hello, hello. How are you doing today? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you are connecting to us from. It is indeed a pleasure having you here. I repeat, it is indeed a pleasure having you here. So if you can hear us, let us know that you can hear. Let's get that confirmation that the audio level is good to go from your end. We are going to kick off shortly. So let's get confirmation that you are here and the audio is loud and clear from your end. As usual, we're going to be talking about the markets, looking for opportunities, having an idea of what's happening in the market, how to look at the market, how to approach the market. Everything is all about the market at the end of the day, because we want to make money from the market. And for you to make money from the market, you must understand the day-to-day activities, you must understand the movements, the behavior, the direction, the directional bias. Yes, you must understand the directional bias of price on any instrument that you are watching. Okay. Okay, so let's get confirmation that the audio is good to go from your end. This is 2 p.m. UK time now, so we are starting right now. I repeat, the time now is 2 p.m. UK time, so we are commencing now. So we need feedback from you. If the audio is good to go, let us know by typing yes, the audio is good. Type yes, the audio is good. Okay, I can see some comments coming in. Darcy Carpy said, I'm from South Africa. Please train me. I know nothing about trading. Okay, we are here to talk about trading from a trading perspective and not from the training perspective. This is a live market analysis session, right? And this live market analysis session is live trading. We're going to be looking at the chart, strictly looking at the chart, things around the chart that can help us to place trades the proper way, can help us to manage our risk, that can help us to manage our trades appropriately as well, right? So that's the Kalpa. If you want to know how to trade, you need information on how to go about the business. You can stay tuned, and towards the end, I'll give you my Instagram handle and I'll give you ways that you can learn. I have a course. Anything that you need will be made available to you. Thank you, Darcy Kalpa. Charlotte Norris said, yes, sir, yes, sir. And Bertram Smith, thank you, said, yes, your audio is good, sir. Thank you for that. We always need confirmation, because on Tuesday, we had people saying the audio wasn't good, and then due to troubleshooting, we lost connection, and it was a big mess on Tuesday. But good that we have good audio, good visuals, everything, and then we can proceed accordingly. Opio Nuclear said, I want to start to trade. What do you help me how to trade? Don't worry, let's continue. I'll give you my information for those that are new. For those that are here, you are more or less either a new trader, right, a newbie, or you are a struggling trader. We might have some traders here that already know how to trade, right, and they're just checking if they can add more to their arsenal, or they're checking, oh, what does Mr. Tulu know? Let me find out from Tulu what he knows and whether I could use it as a form of confluence or whatever the case might be, right? Good. So we have majorly new or struggling traders here. So you could also let us know in the comment section whether you are new or whether you are struggling. I repeat, whether you are new or struggling, let us also know where you are connecting to us from. Okay. Orville said, is there a website apps you can recommend us while we day trading? I'll give you information on that, as I said, towards the end. I have my own website that you can learn a bit from. I have my YouTube channel. I'm streaming live on my YouTube channel now, so I'll give you more information on that. Okay, good. So it's a pleasure having everybody here. I can see more people are joining, more people are asking questions. Tomorrow will be our Q&A session, by the way, where we'll be focusing majorly on your comments. You can see I'm reading the comments. I have the chat open. We're going to talk about the charts, which is technical analysis. We're also going to talk about the fundamental analysis quickly to know the news that came out today and to know how the market reacted to the news, and if there's any news tomorrow, and so on, right? So we want to thank Trading Live for this platform, for this opportunity to connect and then to discuss the business of trading from different angles. And of course, we're going to be looking at strictly the majors. As you can see, Euro USD, Pound USD here, you can see all the majors. We'll be talking about the majors and then also gold. We have gold here and Bitcoin as well. And we also have the dollar index. The dollar index is a very key factor to our trading because for you to start placing trades, you need to what? You need to take into consideration what the US dollar is doing. So I always tell traders, if you can focus on only the US dollar index, the DXY, which happens to be on this broker that we're using, the broker of choice, IC Markets. You have so many brokers out there that you can make use of. So whether it is the DXY you see or you see USD index, you must pay attention to that index, to that USD, because it is going to set the pace for all the majors and gold. And when we say set the pace, it's going to move them in particular directions. It's all about the directional bias at the end of the day, and that is based on the technicals. So we have the technicals and we have the fundamentals. Now, before we even continue, I want to just explain something to you, and I call this like a step-by-step procedure. I repeat, I call it like the step-by-step procedure to trading, and I'm going to explain it to you. And when you have this information, please write this down, guys. I want you to write this down. Step-by-step trading process, step-by-step trading procedure. The first thing every trader should do. I don't know whether you're a scalper, intraday, swing, or position trader. Well, if you don't know, then probably you've been trading anyhow. You've been, trading without having a form of proper education. You've been trading without having a mentor and so on, right? And for those that are new, please take note of this. It's very, very important. It's going to help your trading to go smoother than a lot of people, including myself, right? Including myself, my name happens to be Tolu Olatunji, Tolu, Tolu, and I'm representing CSA Forex. CSA Forex Academy is my academy, and it stands for Common Sense Approach to Forex Trading. And this approach could be used for Forex trading, could be used for cryptocurrency trading, could be used for stocks, indices, commodities, and whatever market you are looking into, right? So the step-by-step process, number one, guys, write this down. Number one, always check the fundamentals. Number one, always check the news. I repeat, the news, fundamentals. Fundamentals has to do with scheduled news and breaking news. Scheduled news and breaking news, and especially if it is high impact. And when we say check the calendar, we're also going to check the calendar now, which should be the first thing that every trader should be doing. So checking the calendar, we have the calendar here from our popular Forex Factory. We always use Forex Factory here every day to keep it very, very simple. Forex Factory is what we normally make use of, which is www.forexfactory.com. Now make sure that the timing here is well adjusted to your own time zone. I repeat, make sure the timing on this website, because this is a US Canadian website, so make sure that the timing here by default is adjusted to your own time zone. For you to do that, you can see the clock over here on the laptop desktop. If it's on your mobile device, it should be somewhere in the middle, I believe, somewhere in the middle to the left-hand side. You should see the timing here. Click on the timing, and you can see the opportunity to change the time zone over here. So look for your own time zone and then adjust that. You can change it to 24 hours or AM, PM. It's up to you. Click on save settings, and then you are good to go, right? So make sure you make that adjustment. So looking at the news from the calendar, we already turned off the medium, low, and then the non-economic news, right? We turn off the medium, low, and non-economic, and left only the high impact, because it's the high impact news that we are interested in. And as you can see, right from Monday all the way down to Friday, we only have the red here, and you can always pay attention to the news, upcoming news, or news that just came, right? Because we have news for the US. Remember we said we're going to be focusing majorly because we focus on the majors and gold. So we're going to be looking at the USD that will set the pace for most of them. So we had news that came out at 1:30 p.m. UK time, which was about 40 minutes ago. And then if you look very well, it was due to unemployment claims. With the unemployment claims, look very well. We had a figure of 242,000 as opposed to 253,000. This is the forecast. This is what they predicted, but this was the actual outcome, right? And it's always good to wait for the actual outcome to know whether it is good or whether it is bad. I repeat, it's always good to wait for the actual actual outcome to know whether it is good or to know whether it is bad. And we had 242,000 as opposed to 253. Now, what does this mean? If you look very well, the shortcut I always tell traders, look at the color of the figure that came out. This one is red, and because it is red, it is a sell, red, sell. This one was green, so green is a buy, right? So red, sell, green, buy, sell, 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 sell. And then we had green. So this green here is a buy, So that means that we are buying what? We're buying USD at this point in time, right? At 1:30 p.m. But then this is what it is giving you based on the fundamentals. It doesn't mean that at 1:30 p.m. you come and start buying USD. No. If not, everybody would be doing that, and then more or less everybody will be making money. But the truth now is that not everybody can make money, because for you to make money, somebody somewhere has to lose money. I repeat, for you to make money, somebody somewhere has to lose money. So this is not how you're going to be making money. This is just based on the fundamentals. You still need to combine, I repeat, you still need to combine this with the technical analysis. You still need to combine these fundamentals with the technical analysis, and the technical analysis has to do with the charts. I repeat, the technical analysis has to do with the charts. Before I cross over to the charts, let me just first of all look at the comments that we have, because most times I might be going a bit too far from the comment section. Don't forget, we are talking about the step-by-step process of trading, and we talked about the news. First things first, everybody do what? Everybody pay attention to the news. Okay. Looking at a few comments over here. Somebody said, what's your news prediction for USD, sir? Okay, great. We're going to look at that now. That's from More Story. And More Story, you can see we just talked about the USD based on the unemployment claims, and then you can see that it is bullish, and this is the fundamentals. The next thing to do is to cross over to the charts. I repeat, for your step-by-step process, trading process, first thing to do is to check the calendar, and that's what we have done over here. Check the calendar for any news, high impact news that is. I could be telling you possibility of a buy or sell, as we have on the US dollar here. The USD index, as you can see, was a buy. And then you cross over. Step 2 is for you to cross over to the chart and then identify what? Identify the directional bias, identify the trend. So as we cross over to the charts now, we would identify the charts, we would identify the trend, right? And we would identify what is happening with respect to that trend, right? So we're going to do that in a bit. And we're going to be looking at the USD index. We're going to be looking at the DXY with respect to that. So your comments quickly. Let me see. Somebody said, good evening, sir. Okay, you're welcome, Duncan Simon. You're welcome. Somebody said, listen carefully in class. Okay, where's the DXY heading to? If you look at the DXY, we're going to look at it shortly. We'll look at it shortly with respect to the hourly time frame, and you have an idea where it is heading to. Two things about price. Price will be heading to somewhere, or price could be moving away from somewhere, or price could be heading to a particular place. So it's either to or from. We're going to look at the DXY that will give us idea, that will give us hints with respect to the other majors and gold. Okay, somebody said I am a newbie here. Okay, you're welcome. I'll give everybody information on how you can learn appropriately, right, which will be good for everybody. Okay, somebody said what are the procedures? As I said, number 1, check the calendar, and that's what we have done here. Check the calendar, interpret the calendar, and then know what you're going to be doing. And then you can see, thank you. Phoenix Spencer said, common sense approach makes sense. Thank you. It must make sense. Anything we discussed today must make sense. Anything we discussed yesterday or tomorrow or at any time must make sense to you. If it doesn't make sense, then it cannot make money. Okay. Thank you. Okay, then let's continue. Somebody said, what's the analysis on gold? We're going to get to that shortly. Most times your comments are always overwhelming, but it's still a good thing. I'll try my possible best to switch from the charts, to switch from the news section, and then also to your comment section as well. Comment section is always very, very good so that we are in tune with everybody. So now, as we said, after checking the news, right, from Forex Factory, as we have just done, you can now cross over to your chart and cross over to your chart over here. Okay, this is the Bitcoin from the daily time frame. Let's cross over to the USD. Let's cross over to the dollar index, right? And we're looking at it from the hourly time frame. And you can see that your time frame also matters a lot. The time frame will give you information. I repeat, the time frame will give you information on what is happening in the market. I need to refresh this. Okay, good. The time frame will give you information on what's happening out there in the market and then help you to make a decision of whether it is a buy or it is a sell. The time frame also will let you know the trend, how the market is moving. If you look at this on the 4 hours time frame, this here, right? Let me just show you some things. This here is a pullback. This can easily be regarded as a pullback from this time frame, 4 hours. From 4 hours, this can be regarded as a pullback from this main move from here to here. Because from here to here, it's a downtrend, and this can be regarded as a pullback, as we just said. And this pullback also, if you look very well, if you add a Fibonacci, this is more or less the only tool normally make use of. If you add a Fibonacci to the mix, from this high, you draw it all the way to the lows. You can see it is just within the 50 and 61.8 area of interest, the 50 and 61.8 area of interest, which is a good one for selling. So if you are constant to the Fibonacci retracement, you notice that the DXY is definitely at a very fantastic area of selling position on this time frame. And don't forget, guys, time frame, if you're trying to combine time frame, it could be easily be confusing. So we always advise stick to one time frame so that it's not confusing. So you're using a 4 hour time frame, stick to it. If you're using, as an example, the 1 hour time frame, which is this over here, you're using a 1 hour time frame, stick to it as well. Right? Because if you look at this 1 hour time frame, then you can see that it is now an uptrend, right? Which happens to be that pullback, that retracement that we're looking at from the 4 hours time frame. So this one here, you'll see it is pushing higher and higher. So that means that the dollar index is what is gaining strength from the hourly time frame. I can see this candle here, this candle, which is bigger than the most recent candles over here, is telling us that this was as a result of the news. Remember the news that we looked at from Forex Factory. Step one, guys, or write this down. Let me give you all the step procedure so that you know how we are going about them. Because you must have like a guideline as to your trading. Step one, check the news, which is the Forex Factory, the fundamental analysis. Check step two, you check your charts, right? For number one, the directional bias. Check. That's what we're doing here on the dollar index. You check your charts for the directional bias, the trend. Step three, the next one, you find out what do you want to do, right? On this chart that we have in front of us, you can see that the dollar is gaining strength. As the dollar is gaining strength, you would expect like the Euro USD here to be dropping. So you must also know what happens for the dollar and what happens to other instruments based on the dollar, right? So the dollar, as you can see, is appreciating the more. So that means that as it's appreciating, that means that it is more or less a buy for USD. It's more or less a buy for USD. And as it's a buy for USD, when you pair it with the euro, right? You pair it with the euro, it looks like euro USD. So for euro USD, you'd also have an idea. I repeat, for euro USD, you should have an idea of the directional bias for this currency pair. The USD is second currency. I repeat, the USD is second currency, and it is a buy over here. So that means that I'll just put B over here for buy. And then the Euro USD is what? Obviously cannot be a buy, because you cannot buy one currency to buy another currency. You're going to be buying one currency while selling the other. So we are buying USD, so that means that automatically we're selling euros. So now when it comes to what you're going to be clicking on, I repeat, what you're going to be clicking on with respect to the currency pair that we have in front of us, Euro USD, you're going to be clicking on sell. The first thing you're going to be doing here is sell. So you're going to be clicking on sell. sell Euro USD. That means that for sell Euro USD, sell means what? Sell means down. The directional bias is down. Remember we just said you check your chart for the directional bias. You can see we haven't even checked Euro USD, but we're using the dollar index as a gauge for the Euro USD. By the time we click on Euro USD now, you see that it is in a downward pattern, right? Especially from the hourly time frame perspective, right? Especially from the hourly time frame perspective. So we're going to do something now. Let us cross over to the Euro USD, and you can see Euro USD here. You can see it is what is moving downwards, just as we predicted. Now is moving downwards. So as it's moving downwards, it's also very good for us to look for where to enter to sell, because if you look clearly, the trend is down. The trend is down, and the trend is your friend. I repeat, the trend is your friend. It is always advisable to follow the trend. I repeat, the trend is your friend, right? Let me just go through over the comments over here, because comments, you guys might be commenting based on what we talked about just now, and I might not see it on time. So I tried not to be too far from the comments and see whether we're in tune. Don't forget common sense approach. There must be a common sense. It must make common sense. If it makes common sense, then that means that it should be able to make money. And that means that we should be able to make money because we are applying common sense to our trading. Now we have broken it down to the step by step. And number one, we said what? We said check the calendar. Check the calendar for the news, right? For us to know what is happening, just like we did over here today. We showed you how to do that. And then number two, check for directional bias. We just showed you how to do that for the USD. And we have shown you that the USD is, a driving force, a driving factor for the other majors and gold. And you can see over here in front of you, Euro USD is going downwards, right? Because of the dollar. So you identify the directional bias, and then what do you want to do? What do you want to do is the next thing. This what you want to do has to do with whether you are a trend trader or a counter trend trader. I repeat, whether you are a trend trader or a counter trend trader. But if you are a trend trader with this trend, then you should be looking forward to selling, only selling. You can see something happened over here. This was an area of interest, and when we say entry, we're talking about using price action. Our strategy is price action, which gives rise to support, resistance, supply, demand. I repeat, it gives rise to supply, demand, and support, resistance. Here was a support area, and then it acted as resistance. As you can see, the trend is down, and then it went down. Here was another area of support, and then it reacted here and then went down as well. And if you look very well, it has formed another area here of what? It has formed another area here of support. So it has formed this area here of support. The price could come back here because this is live trading. As we said, this is live market analysis. That means that we can easily find opportunities in the market and take advantage of the market at the end of the day. Quickly, a quick disclaimer, as we have a lot of us here. I'm going to go over your comments in a bit. A quick disclaimer for everybody. Kindly note that this business of trading carries a high level of risk as it's a leverage business. So that means that you need to protect your account. Number one, protect your account before thinking of growing your account. Most traders come into the business with only the understanding of how can I grow my account? How can I grow my account? And then they forget that aspect of how to protect the account. But if you don't protect your account, you don't protect your money, you don't have any money in the account again, then how will you be able to trade to make money? I repeat, how will you be able to trade to make money? And that's it. So protect your account accordingly. And that's a quick disclaimer for everybody here, right? It carries a high level of risk. You can see from what we have here, Euro USD is a sell. So trading opportunity, you guys, you can do a screenshot of this if you want. Either you do a screenshot or you duplicate this on your own chart, whether you're using the mobile or whatever the case might be. Make sure you have this already on what? On your own area, because by the time we'll be rounding up within a few minutes from now, right, this might play out accordingly, right, where you get the opportunity to make some pips and to make some money, and then because we're not together, what happens? You are not able to take advantage. And then also note that price will come back to this area of resistance for you to sell to take it back down. The price will come back to this area of resistance for you to sell to take it back down. But one thing we can establish is the directional bias, which is down. Directional bias, which is down. And then still on the step-by-step process, what do you want to do could either be whether you are trading with the trend or trading against the trend. So we have trend traders, we have counter trend traders. Trend traders are following the trend. You can see this is a downtrend, so you look for only selling opportunities. Counter trend traders, as the trend is down, they are looking for buying opportunities. So for me, trend trading is safer, right? So I would always recommend trend trading to anybody and everybody, right? So that what you want to do is based on support, resistance, supply, demand, as we mentioned, based on price action as you have in front of us. And then you must have your entry. What are you going to use to enter the market at this point here? What is your trigger to enter the market here or to enter the market here? To enter the market at any of those areas of interest, what is your trigger? Very key, very, very important. So your entry and then your exit. Your exit is based on what? Your exit is based on stop loss and take profit. Stop loss is an exit. Stop loss is an exit for a loss, and then take profit is an exit for a profit. So you must understand your what? You must understand your entry and your exit, and then how you manage your trades. How you manage your trades. Trade management, right? Trade management is very important, and then traders don't know how to manage their trades. You could have a winner turn into a loser, and trust me, that is usually very, very painful, right? So this is the Euro USD here. I'll be giving you the step-by-step process. Guys, take note of that, right? And also put that into practice for your own trading. Okay, just quickly scrolling through the comments here. It seems to be increasing now. Um, um, Lance Ramsden said this is because the news affects the price action. Well, you could say that. So we check the chart because the news, based on how volatile it is, it would affect the charts. And that's why when you look at your charts, you can always identify areas of high impact news. Because when you look at the candles and you see some very big candles, then you know most likely it was due to news. Okay. Let me see quickly. Just quickly, Clement, are you waiting for church or BOS? My trading is strictly support, resistance, supply, demand, which obviously is based on price action. As you just said now, your church and BOS, your breakout structure, that's another way to trade, right? So whatever you are using, make sure you understand it. I repeat, whatever you're using, make sure you understand it and you trade accordingly. Somebody said, how do we forecast what the news will be? The truth now is that I don't make predictions. I don't make forecasts because the forecast could be misleading. You could think the forecast is going to be a buy and then it ends up being a sell. And then you've already placed a trade to buy. And then don't forget that the news is high impact. The volatility will be high. And then you need to be careful. And it's always good to combine fundamentals with technicals. Don't place trades based on only the fundamentals. Very key, very important. RSI is oversold on the US 30, 15 minutes. Do you think it will get a pullback? As I always say, at times we might not be able to talk about as many charts as possible, but we'll see whether we can look at the US 30 for you, right? We'll see whether we can look at the DJI, the Dow Jones in a bit. Time permitted, we'll do that. Okay, Madeline Malan said combine technical analysis and fundamentals. Yes, indeed, you must combine. Leah said reduce my stop loss and watch news, won't exit. Okay, anyhow you want to trade, that is probably your way of managing your trades. Let's see, CME levels. CME levels, as I said earlier, strictly support, resistance, supply, demand. And trust me, support, resistance, supply, demand is based on price action. Everything is based on price action. So there's a lot of trading strategies that are very similar, whether you like them or not. All those Bollinger Bands, all those moving averages, whether it's exponential or simple, they're all based on what? They're all based on price action at the end of the day, right? Let me just quickly breeze through your comment. Somebody's talking about GJ 4 hours candle is about to close. Okay. Sorry, let me see. Yes, trading is Wade Max. Yes, indeed, trading is a profitable business. You just need to know how to go about it. And as you said, trading is a profitable business. I always tell traders that apart from in the business of trading, apart from actually doing the trading, you can make money from other means. You can make money as a partner, which is a partner with the broker, or a partner with, like myself. I run an academy. So you can always partner with me. So, and when it comes to partnership, you earn based on commissions, you earn rebates, and so on. So you can make money from the business from different angles. Even as a facilitator, as a coach like me, you can also make money as well. So in the business or in any business, in any industry, there are different ways to make money. Very, very key, very, very important. Okay. Okay. Don Ruskin said it was about time for the dollar to wake up and leave that zone where it was trapped for several weeks. Yes, indeed. The dollar, as I believe I mentioned yesterday, or I normally mention, if you look at the dollar, the USD index, the DXY, from the daily time frame, you'll notice something that from the daily time frame, it is more or less ranging, but it now seems to be picking up the more for potential shots. I'm going to show you the daily. I'm going to show you the higher time frame on Euro USD that we just looked at now. That will give you more clues, more idea of what to look out for. Don't forget, time frames would obviously differ based on the analysis. It's always good to stick to one time frame so that you don't confuse yourself. Okay. Okay, you said FOMC members are about to speak. Yes, Ken, congrats. If you check the calendar again, you know, we just talked about the calendar not too long ago. We have later today by 4 p.m., approximately 1.5 hours from now, we have the Bank of Canada Governor McClellan that will be giving a speech. And tomorrow we also have on the wires, we also have the Fed Chair Powell that will be giving a speech as well. So those are things that we can also pay attention to, right? And also, apart from that, you can also check, you have the FOMC member, right? Or you have a couple of members, as you said, FOMC member Jefferson, FOMC member Barr, FOMC member Logan. That would also be on the wire later today before Bank of Canada's Governor McClellan as well. So pay attention to the news, pay attention to the calendar, and of course, it will give you better understanding of the market, right? Of the market at large, because it is the market that you want to trade, right? That is where you're going to be making your money from. Let me see, time frame is important. Yes, very correct from Anjo. How do we develop a trading strategy? Trading strategy is based on your entry and exit, right? So find out your entry and exit criteria, parameters, based on whether you're a trend trader or you're a counter trend trader, right? You would get to know your entry and exit and the tools that you are going to be using. As an example, as a trend trader, I always like the Fibonacci. You're using a Fibonacci retracement as a trend trader. While if you are a counter trend trader, which is going against the trend, I would always recommend like the RSI, the Relative Strength Index. I always recommend the RSI, the Relative Strength Index. It's a good one for knowing like overbought, oversold regions, and then to have an idea based on convergence, divergence, that price should be reversing anytime soon, right? Okay, step 2, somebody wrote, thank you. Jamie just said step 2, check your chart for directional bias. Thank you, guys. So I can see that we're following with what we've been talking about based on the strategy, the procedure, step-by-step process of trading that we've been talking about. Okay, so thank you guys for following through. Trend is your friend. Yes, indeed, Neil Henley. The trend is indeed your friend. And when we say the trend is your friend, you have over $5 trillion today moving in an upward direction on a particular instrument. $5 trillion moving in an upward direction. What direction do you think you should be going? It should be up. That's why the trend is your friend. So you are following the $5 trillion plus, right? And then you are just making some little crumbs from that. What happens if you try to go against the trend? I'm not saying trying to go against the trend is not doable, but it carries a high level of risk. At times, you need to understand this as well. Now, when a trend is up, it can still go up the more. And when the trend is down, it can still go down the more. But people normally say, oh, the trend is up, it's about time it reverses. And then you go against the trend without having prior information with respect to the news, incoming news, with respect to other factors, whether there's divergence, whether it's telling you overbought, which is above the 70 marker or the RSI, and then oversold below the 30 marker on the RSI as well. Okay, demo account is very good for beginners. Yes, I would always advise to start with demo account, but do not stay on the demo account for too long. After a little while, cross over to the live account. Test yourself, test what you have learned, test your skills. And the best way to test this is on a small live account, because your emotions will be heavily attached to the live account, and that's what we need. We are going lower with BTC today. Okay, asking the question, Habib Zacharias. We'll look at that. Somebody asking gold, whether it's a sell or buy. We'll quickly pop into that and talk about them quickly, right? As I always say, there's always a lot to talk about. And your comments, as a matter of fact, is enough for 1 hour for us to just discuss. And that's why tomorrow we'll be strictly Q&A, question and answer session. I'll be looking at your questions, your comments. We'll discuss that strictly. Okay, so let's quickly do something now. Let's quickly cross over to a few other instruments and then see what is happening with them. Okay, so this is Euro USD. Don't forget the DXY, as we said, is bullish. As it's bullish, it's advisable for us to look for buying opportunities to follow this trend. For buying opportunities, probably you want the market to come down to this point here, and then you get your entry and then take it up. And then this, of course, is the reverse for Euro USD, as we said. So for Euro USD, we said earlier, that you're probably looking forward to the price coming here for you to sell, coming to this point for you to sell, meaning that you are following this trend. So that means as the USD index is going up, you should expect the pound USD to be a sell like this. So this is pound USD. You can see we talked about this yesterday. I don't know whether anybody remembered. We talked about this area here, flip zone, support, resistance, support, here, resistance. And it came back to this area. And we had this confluence of 61.8 Fibonacci. We had this area of interest, even though it was broken out a bit. We had this confluence again of the trend line. You can use the trend line also as a form of confluence. You can use the trend line for chart patterns. And you got a sell position here, right? And the trend was down for this, and then it went down. So for pound USD, let me clean this up a bit. Let me just clean up some things here, and then I'll tell you what we should be expecting next. Now, in this pound USD, what we should be expecting next on this, right, could also be a pullback, right, either to this point here. This point here is too tight, right? So I will not expect a pullback to this place and then drop. No, I will expect something better to this point here that has proved in the past to act as support and resistance, known as the flip zone. So if you are trading the pound USD, this will be a good place for you to look for sell opportunities and wait for your price action trigger. If you do that, or do that place trades just using pending orders. I'm more comfortable when I wait for the reaction at that place, and then I place my trade based on what is happening. And then you can see this is the analysis on the pound USD over here. Pound USD, this is the analysis over here. So I remember somebody also talked about the gold. Let's look at gold. You can see, look at this, guys. Gold, or rather the USD index is going up and up and up. The gold will be moving in the opposite direction. You can see it's moving in the opposite direction. So that means that as it's more or less now a downtrend, a down movement, as you can see, as more or less a down movement from here, the best thing to be doing is to look for sell opportunities using support, resistance, supply, demand. And you can see over here, I've just mapped out here. We always look to the left and then to the present. You can see we had a form of support. We had support over here. It has broken out. So that means that this area should now turn to resistance. Price should come back here and then go down. You can see we're talking about retracement. So we're waiting for retracement. Most times we wait for retracement, and you can see gold is moving heavily thanks to the dollar index as well. You can see that that dollar index is very, very key, very important for other instruments for us to keep an eye on, and then for it to help us in order to get what? In order to get our directional bias, where we'll enter the market, and of course, what we want to do at that place based on the price action trigger and so on. So there is always a step-by-step process, step-by-step procedure. Everything is still based on price action, whether you're using the breakup structure, the church, or you're using CME, or you're using SMC, or whatever you are using, everything is still based on price action at the end of the day. And I personally like to keep it very simple, as you can see, as we've been talking. And as we always talk, we like to keep it simple, and that's what we have in front of us. Okay, let me just quickly flip through some other comments here. I have more, so I'm gonna have to scroll all the way to the bottom here. Someone said, can you check Euro USD? We've already checked Euro USD. If you're coming a bit late, you might need to watch this recording. This is being recorded, by the way, so you can watch this after we round up. I will try to keep it under 1 hour so that people don't get overwhelmed into watching this again. So you can watch this again. We already talked about the Euro USD. And one thing you guys need to know, guys, please, the dollar USD index, the DXY, if it's appreciating, then Euro USD should be going down. And if Euro USD is going down, USD CHF should be going up. So this is how you look at correlations as well, even within the major currency pairs. So once you have the correlations, it will help you to know, based on the dollar, you know what should happen based on maybe Euro USD or gold and so on. Okay, somebody said look at GJ. Okay, we'll try to see if we can look at the GJ now. But before then, I'll also just click on the Bitcoin. Don't forget, guys, as we always say, because of time, I repeat, because of time, we won't be able to always cover everybody's comment or question. And then somebody gave me an idea and I pitched it to those who were in attendance yesterday, and I'll pitch it to you as well. And then you let me know what you think about it if you're interested in joining, right? Joining a membership area where we prepare charts for you. Any chart of your choice, we prepare for you, for others. So it will be strictly a thing of charts. So because your chart, they say a chart speaks 1,000 words. So you can put up a chart that will obviously speak 1,000 words that you should be able to understand and be able to use to trade better. So we're looking at starting a small membership area, most likely probably based on Telegram or maybe even Discord. So when we have that small area, right, for a token, it might probably be maybe like $47 or $49 or $15 thereabout, something for a month, to be for a month, where you also get access to the video tutorials that we have. We'll give you materials, we'll give you some other things that you can use to learn, whether you are new or whether you are struggling. That will probably be a good place for you. And we can also be having market briefings based on London session. You can see that this is New York session. If you guys are not aware, New York session started not too long ago, and then we can be doing it based on London session. The two most key sessions that carries the highest volatility, the highest liquidity in the market happens to be London and New York. So this is more or less New York session that we're talking about. You can always start from London because London also sets the pace as well. Very key, very, very important. So for the person requesting for GJ, I will quickly do that for you. GJ is not part of the majors that we look at, it's not part of the major currency pair, but quickly do that for you. But looking at the Bitcoin as well, look at the Bitcoin. You can see the Bitcoin for a while has been a bit quiet. It has dropped nicely, but after dropping nicely, you can see it has been a bit quiet, moving sideways. And of course, I could easily show you why it's moving sideways from a higher time perspective. But even looking at this time frame, let me clean this up. Even looking at this time frame, you can easily see that the trend is down, and what you want to do is a sell. So you should be expecting for that sell in this 1 hour time frame for Bitcoin. And I drew the Fibonacci from the highs to the lows, showing you the areas to look out for. You can see that's gotten to like the 38.2 to 50 marker, so it's a good one for sell. Let's see whether it will get down back to 25K 800, 25,800 area here. If it gets down here, then that means that the sellers want more. So this here can easily be regarded just as a pullback. This is just as a pullback to the area of Fibonacci. Don't forget, Fibonacci it is called Fibonacci retracement. I did not come up with the name. Fibonacci retracement means that it's advisable for you to wait for a retracement to those levels that we mapped out here, 38.2, 50, or 61.8, and they tend to confluence with other instruments as well, right? They tend to confluence with other areas as well, areas of supply, demand, support, resistance, and so on. So you can always use it as a tool. So this is the Bitcoin quickly of what's happening. There hasn't been much movement, but trust me, the Bitcoin should move. And when it moves, you have some key big candles like this that we had in the past. So let's quickly clean this up and let's put up GJ. This is GJ here. I'm going to click on it and drag it inside. This is GJ. looking at it with you guys for the first time, what jumps to me is this height here, right, where the price is currently has gotten to. So this could be a resistance area for it to come down. And then even in between, you would have like a little demand area here, right? But it's always good to sort of trap the price. When we say trap the price, what you are doing is looking at the areas of interest, right? Closest area of interest. Closest area of interest on this one here, as you can see here, based on this double top area here, is for shorts, for selling opportunities over here. Because if you want to enter the market, whatever you want to do, whether it is a buy or sell, you must know where you want to do it. Even the directional bias on this chart, look at the directional bias on this chart. You can see quickly, this is where the market started from. The market started from here, and this is where the market is now. Even though at one point it went up to this point, it went down to this point. But for you to know the proper direction on any chart that you're looking at, it is from where it started from the left-hand side of the chart to where it is presently. And if we connect an arrow from here, to this box, you notice that it is moving more or less sideways. So you can say that this chart is a sideways market. I repeat, this chart is a sideways market, and this is a good way to identify the trend. Well, we said the directional bias, the trend, is very important for us to do, and we just said that this one here is a sideways market. When this sideways market, what you can do is wait for price to get to this height here, and then you get your trigger. Right? Your price action trigger could easily be an engulfing. In this case, could be a bearish engulfing. It could be a bearish pin bar, a bearish hammer, whatever you make use of. So this is the GJ. So if I want to do anything, to most likely be sell over here, because the trend here is not up and it is not down. It's more or less a sideways market over here. So you can give this a go if you want to sell over here, and if you want to buy, you can give it a go when it gets to this point. You look forward to buying opportunities, and then you try to take it higher from there. So you must always know what you want to do, whether it is a buy or sell, and then just know where you want to do that. So that's the GJ for you that we looked at as well. And one thing I always say is that it's always good to also look at the market from higher time frames. Like this one is gold. Look at it from higher time frames. You'll know why it did what it did when it got to this area here. It got to this height here of about 2070, right, from 2020, and then even last year as well, we had it get back to this point, which was a double top at the time, and then it made a triple top over here, and it still respected it, and it's pushing down to the next area of demand, which is over here. And you can see we have a chart pattern. This was a rising wedge, right? A rising wedge. We have chart patterns that traders also use, like myself, looking at how the price moves. So price moves based on chart patterns. You have some chart patterns based on head and shoulders. You can even use as a form of entry, head and shoulders, flags, pennants, wedges, triangles, and so on. So there are different chart and patterns out there and one can make use of. So checking higher time frame just gives you a perspective of the market from the higher time frame, because looking at it from the higher time frame is what actually we need to be paying attention to. Those that are from the lower time frames, 1 minute, 5 minutes, a scalper, and it's just for that short period of time, compared to if you're looking at it from the higher time frame perspective. Quickly to the chart sections here. Brother Rikito, AUDJPY is down. Sorry, I wish we could look at that. Just need a pullback at gold to sell. Okay, no problem. But Wesley, make sure you use proper risk management. Make sure you use the proper volume, proper lot size on your account. Because of Mr. Fibonacci, bro. Okay, Fibonacci is good. Please, can you explain again the impact on negative unemployment rate on gold? You spoke too fast. Oh, sorry, if I spoke too fast, please maybe just go back and watch this recording at that point, because I'm about to round up. I'm so sorry, Geoffrey, not, or you can chat me up on Instagram. Guys, as I'm about to round up, let me give you some of my handles so you can follow or reach out to me if you have any questions. I'm on Instagram, and you find me on Instagram at CSA Forex, right? You find me on Instagram at CSA Forex. And then I'm also streaming this live. I repeat, I'm streaming this live on my YouTube channel as well. So you can as well follow me on the YouTube channel and subscribe as we do lives from time to time on that YouTube channel. So the YouTube channel is also at CSA Forex, and I'll also drop the link there as well. We have other videos, short videos, giving us tips and tricks on different things, short videos showing us how to draw support, resistance, and so on. So we are also making new videos on a regular and adding to the list to help everybody out. So you can subscribe, turn on the notification bell, you can ask questions, you can like, you can do everything, engage on the YouTube channel, and of course, we would also engage back. Okay. We'll chat me up. I know we have a lot of new and struggling traders here. Struggling traders can also chat me up on Instagram. Let us know what you're struggling with, whether you are struggling with your emotions, or you don't have a trading plan, you don't know what a trading journal is, or whether you are over trading. Let us know, chat me up, and then we can always give you, solutions to this things. Take me more or less like your doctor. I'll give you the right medications, or you can take me as your therapist. I'll give you the right solutions on things to do based on over trading, based on revenge trading, based on FOMO, fear of missing out, based on a whole lot of things that is not making you to grow in the business. So chat me up on Instagram for that, and we'll see what we can do for you. You can also check out the website. We have a website here, www.CSAForex, right? And that's the website for the academy. You can check out the website, and then you can reach out if you have any further questions as well. We're going to be rounding up within the next 1 or 2 minutes. So guys, apologies if I cannot read your comment or I cannot address the comments. Chat me up on Instagram and see what we can do for you. Okay, Oscar said that the New York volume is really unmatched. Yes, you could say that. London and the New York sessions, the volume is believed to be the highest, which obviously is what we see, while the Sydney, Tokyo, the Asian session is usually pretty quiet. So it depends also the type of trader that you are. A scalper is someone that likes the market to be quiet, doesn't like sudden moves brought about by news. And that's why you can easily trade Euro USD as a scalper during the Sydney, Tokyo session. I hope that makes sense. Don't forget, we have discussion based on CSA. CSA, which stands for Common Sense Approach. And we're talking about common sense approach to trading. And we hope that we have been making sense. I repeat, we hope that we have been making sense so far. Yes, so once again, we also talked about the mentorship area, right? It's a membership area monthly, right? For a token, it might probably be $50 for 1 month. That will give you have access to the video tutorials for that 1 month duration. You have access to charts on different instruments of your choice. That means that all the instruments that people are mentioning now, pound, JPY, AD, JPY, all of them will be prepared on the Telegram. It could easily be a Telegram or a Discord. We're still trying to finalize on that, but you can let us know if that's something that you'd be interested in joining. Let us know. It's going to be on a monthly subscription. So you could just join us for only 1 month. The choice is yours. You could join us and learn as we proceed, because we'll be dropping charts, we'll be dropping news warnings, we'll be dropping a lot of things in that section to help everybody out at the end of the day. Okay, let's just breeze through the end of the comment. Good evening. My night is not complete without watching your live. Okay, thank you. I enjoy listening to your videos. Thank you. But day trading to 1 hour is good. Yes, day trading, you can stick to 1 hour, which is good. You can also use 1 hour for swing trading, right? It's also good as well. Can you explain how to backtest the strategy for us to use? If you have a strategy, what you can do, I'll just show you how to backtest from even this platform, the MC4. I'll just quickly do that for you. Let me clean this up. So if you want to backtest, maybe let me just use this one. You want to backtest this. First of all, I would advise, based on your strategy, you turn off this. Once you turn on the auto scroll here, turn on the auto scroll, you can now move back, because the backtest means that you're moving back in time. You can see now we're in April, you move back in time, we end up in March, and so on. And we're turning off this because it doesn't go back to the beginning. If we leave it on, no matter how we move to the back, can you see the live information will keep on taking it back? Can you see live? It's not allowed to go all the way back. But once we turn this off, we can now go back. you can go back and test your strategy because this is an uptrend. In this uptrend over here, test your strategy and see, oh, based on support resistance, where could I have entered? What could I have done? Looking at this, I can clearly tell you that there's an area here. If you look, there's an area here that should be a support, and then price broke out here, came back and tested this as what? Tested as support and pushed all the way here. So the back testing will build confidence in yourself as a trader. And then when you turn that off, you can keep on going back in time, then checking more information, and then knowing whether your strategy is a good one. It will help you to build confidence as well. Quickly, I need to close the platform. I wish I could always. You guys can also join us in tomorrow's Q&A, where we'll focus strictly on your comments, your questions, and all. Right? We are starting that most likely as a series, so that will probably be on Friday's Q&A session and all. Okay. Do you use RSI, Resistance Strike Index? If I were a counter trend trader, I would. But even on my chart, I don't even need to put an RSI on my chart to know what I'm looking for. I have used RSI in the past. I understand it to the point where I don't need to put it on my chart to know what the market is telling me. And that's why traders can easily be trading with a naked chart being nothing on the chart. And then some other traders, they need to put up to 10 or 15 indicators, and then the chart starts to look like a rainbow, and that's when they can trade. No, that's not how we trade. We trade strictly based on price action, support, resistance, supply, demand, which is easy on the eyes. Okay. So what said I tried testing on a small live account, and I blew it. Chat me up, Edgar Ever. Let's find out what you did wrong. Were you using stop loss? The volume you were using, was it based on the small live account, or was it too heavy? Meaning that whether it was standard, mini, or micro lot sizes. Chat me up. Let's help you to find out what happened. So thanks for taking this live video. Thank you for joining. Let's see, can we analyze the market situation? That's what we have been doing. But chat me up and let's know exactly what you'd like to learn. Yes, somebody said, oh, it's recorded. I will check it out. Yes, it's recorded. And as you said, you can follow us on our YouTube. Follow us on the YouTube channel. And we already dropped the link on the YouTube channel. And of course, I will drop it again so that you can follow us on the YouTube and then get to watch other videos, short videos apart from this live. So try to keep it under 1 hour, so it is not too lengthy for everybody, right? So it's not too lengthy for everybody. We're rounding up now. Apologies, guys, if we didn't get to treat your question or to answer your question. Please chat me up on Instagram to see what we can do for you. We'll help you out. And for the membership area, we'll be starting that shortly, and that will probably be for $50. You get value packed information there. You get access to the video tutorials without 1 month duration. You get access to live chats, right? Chats of your request. We could also be having some market briefings, maybe for London session or New York session. You can have some market briefings and look for opportunities that will be live. And we could have a lot of things scheduled for you there that will be beneficiary to both the new and also the struggling traders, both the new and struggling traders. Okay. So we want to say thank you for joining us. We hope that you have been able to learn how to trade. You learned something today that has sparked something up there that will help you to become a better trader. So I want to thank Trading Live for this opportunity to be able to connect with you from different parts of the world. As I always say, whether you are in Canada or the US or you're somewhere in Europe or Asia or Africa, from different time zones for the same purpose, which is to make money. And we want to thank Trading Live platform for giving us this free platform that is no charges, free platform for us to meet up and then to connect with them. So you guys, if you have the opportunity, send them a message one way or the other, give them good reviews, give them good testimonials of the live sessions that you've been able to attend from me and other facilitators under the Trading Live platform. And trust me, it will go a long way, and Trading Live will be able to give you more and more and more. Okay, thank you guys. That's indeed been a good one. Ensure to trade safely, protect your account accordingly by making use of a stop loss. Make sure you always have a stop loss in your chart, and then also make sure that your risk management is also on point, where you are using the proper volume, you're using the proper lot size, based on your account balance, whether it is a small live account, it is a medium live account, or a large live account, depending on what small, medium, or high is for you, because that would be very, very different for other traders at the end of the day. Okay, so thank you guys. Do enjoy the rest of the day. Don't forget, you have any questions or any comments or whatever the case may be, you can chat me up on Instagram. You can follow me on YouTube, on the YouTube channel, and then we'll see what we can do for you for that. Thank you guys. Enjoy the rest of the day. Goodbye and God bless. Cheers.